Hi, welcome back. Okay, we're going to talk about how to solve equations by completing the square. But first, we're going to do a couple of things here that are not solving the equations, but just practicing completing the square. So we look at a squared minus 32a plus some blank amount here that would complete the square. So what we do is we take a squared, or no, we take, sorry, negative 32, and we divide it by 2, and that gives us negative 16. And then we take negative 16 and we square it, and that gives us, just double check my arithmetic here, 16, and that's 256. And so it's 256 what completes that square. And that then is a perfect square trinomial. And then it says to rewrite as a perfect square. It is a perfect square. It's just in trinomial form. We want to write it in factored form, and so we would write that back as a, and there's where we use that minus 16, a minus 16 squared. And so let's look at 13. So with 13, we take, again, 12 divided by 2, 6. 6 squared is 36. And so 36 is what we add on here. But when we write it as in factored form, we write r plus 6 squared. And that's how we complete the square. So now we're going to solve an equation by completing the square. So we first want to clear out everything except for this first part, just like we had up here, where we just had a squared term and a term with the degree 1. So we're at the same thing here in 14. So we're going to subtract 36 from both sides. And that's going to leave us with n squared minus 12n. These cancel, is equal to negative 30. And we're going to write plus something and then plus the same something over here, just to remind us we are completing the square. So we take negative 12, we divide by 2, we get negative 6. Negative 6 squared equals 36. And so we add 36 on here. We add 36 to the other side. And that then is completed the square. Now what we do is we write it in factored form. So this is n minus 6 squared is equal to 6. And now we have something squared and some equal to something else. This is like solving by taking square roots. So we can then take the square root of this side and of this side, remembering the plus or minus. And then we got n minus 6 on the left is equal to plus or minus the square root of 6. And if we can simplify the square root of 6, we want to, but 6 is just 2 times 3, 1, 2, and 1, 3. So you can't simplify it down. You need at least a pair of factors. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. And we get n is equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 6. All right, and then let's look at 15. And we're going to do the same kind of thing here. We're going to add 31 to both sides. Add 31 to clear out. So we've just got x squared minus 2x plus some blank is equal to 35 plus, again, some blank. And then I say negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So I'm going to add 1 and add 1 over here as well. And then I'm going to write this left-hand side factored. That's x minus 1 squared is equal to 35 plus 1 is 36. I take the square root of both sides. And then I get x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus 6. I'm going to write my equal sign over a little bit. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. The 1's cancel, and I'm left with x is equal to 1 plus or minus 6. And this is two numbers here. It's 1 plus 6, which is 7, or it's 1 minus 6, which is negative 5. And so then I say x then is equal to negative 5 comma 7. And